warm out though. It's about 65 degrees out. Can't believe I'm making a work video. I swore I wasn't gonna do one today. I'm like, you know, I sometimes like to let people catch up on my videos. If I put out a lot at once, like in a week, I'm like, well, people need to catch up because not everybody's watching my channel every day. So I'm like, oh, if I don't put one out, then they can go back and watch some old videos that they might have missed. And here we go. Totally went against what I was gonna do today. This thing was so clean at the truck show.
Boston Trucker here. Welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy it.
The JP Noonan video I made about Peter Noonan got a lot of amazing comments and feedback. People really enjoyed the video, and getting some people who never met Peter, he didn't even know what he looked like. Maybe they met him on a job and thought he was just one of their drivers. He was more than a driver, he was the founder of the company. People came out of the woodworks to express their feelings and emotions over the video, which was really nice. A friend of mine I haven't talked to in 5, 6, 7 years called me on Sunday. I answered right away. He goes, oh, I can't believe this number still works. Some great people. I don't need to mention anybody's names, but I heard from a lot of people at the truck show. Just I'm glad I was able to do that for the Noonan family. Like I said, wish we could have done that years ago, and hopefully we can do more videos like that with more of the people who the legends of trucking in New England or wherever. I'm always ready for that. Want to get that done, record the history of what we do, because none of us are going to be around forever. And you know, I was surprised that Peter had never been interviewed, so I'm really glad I was able to do that. Amazing time at the Seattle Levesque Truck Show. I don't know if it's a Levesque or Levesque. I think it's Levesque. Amazing time. Can't say enough great things about that truck show. Just knocked it out of the ballpark. And for breast cancer, hopefully you saw my video from the truck show, and you're watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. That helps me out a lot. And yeah, we're gonna keep it going. They got a big truck show at the end of the week. We'll talk about more of that at the end, but in case you don't make it to the end, Big Apple Farm in Rentham, Massachusetts on Sunday, October 26th, which is my anniversary, which my wife keeps reminding me that I'm leaving her for the day. I'll be home by 3 o'clock. We'll go out to dinner Saturday night. We'll do something Sunday, but she's busy anyways till around 1, so she just busted my chops. I feel like it's every year I feel like it's my anniversary weekend when they have that show anyways, but gotta go to the truck show. Probably my last one for the year. There's a couple other small shows that I usually make it to. Getting a little truck show tired, I think, this year. Been a lot of them, and it's a big commitment. Not only just you gotta take time from being home with the family, getting the truck ready. You know, we're looking at rain and mud, and you know, wow, I gotta do it anyways. But yeah, I'm not complaining. There goes Teddy. He's loaded. I'm gonna go dump, and we'll continue this. I guess we're making a work video this week. I was not planning on it. I said to myself, I'm like, people gotta be getting tired of these videos. But then I got people that write me on, hey, you got a work video this weekend? And I'm like, yep. I actually let them know in private. I gotta Got an R-Model Mac behind me. Let's get that on video. Dark blue. I don't know if you've seen it before. I can't tell. It's 12 noon. This never happens. They just knocked us off because of the weather. Not really any material to haul. I gotta go home and enjoy myself. Nice. Netflix, baby. Here I come. Ooh, I got a new episode of Ice Road Truckers to watch. Yay, win for me. Downpoured yesterday till about 3 o'clock. Truck stayed pretty clean in all that rain. I can't believe it. I didn't touch it. It's not too bad. It's gonna downpour tomorrow again in the morning. A lot of mud though. A lot of mud. Got a lake of mud over here. Trying to avoid it as much as I can. What's the A-team? Tommy and Teddy. Wow. Go. Another soggy morning. Supposed to start downpouring any time now. I'm so over this rain. Probably be washing today. It's supposed to be nice the rest of the week. Yay! More truck washing. I dropped something. get this thing washed at the end of the day. It's not too bad. I think it was worse last week after the rain. Well, far away it doesn't look bad at all actually, but we'll get it looking right for tomorrow, that's for sure. Man, what a week. What a nice day it turned out to be. It's like 60 degrees out, light breeze. Rain should be over till late Friday afternoon. Truck show's looking good this weekend. It's gonna be about 55. Dry. Yeah, I shouldn't have made a video this week. I got nothing. Top of the hill, that's the Great Pumpkin Patch, Charlie Brown. Look at all them pumpkins. The ones that don't get picked turn into Schneider drivers going back. Ignorant drivers today is on another level. So many near incidences and misses. I'm just trying to get a hamburger. Just trying to get places. I'm not in a hurry. Boy, I had this one four-wheeler. Well, she come out of a side street like she's got places to go. She looked to her right. But she didn't look to the left as I'm coming towards her, and I saw her. That's the thing. We see you, you don't see us for some reason. She's lucky I saw her, because I was prepared for her to do something stupid, and she did. This guy stopped in the middle of the road. Well, it just wasn't like this back 30 years ago, 40 years ago. It's just, it's tough. I talked to some drivers who were retiring. Some some of them early, they're like, yeah, I just can't handle the roads anymore. And you know what? Can't blame them, really. It's every day is a challenge. It does remind me of a story. It's Turn Back the Hands of Time. How you like the sound effects? Yeah, it's a cheap show here. 1990. I'm driving for Land Transport. Got a TJ Maxx load. Heading to Cherry Hill, New Jersey for my last stop. I'm gonna turn left into, there's a driveway that comes out of the shopping plaza. I'm gonna turn left down the driveway, go past the shopping plaza entrance, go behind the store, make my delivery. Well, I'm at the red light. I don't know what road that was. 130? Maybe it was Route 1, I can't remember. I'm at the red light anyways. I get the red arrow, and I'm watching. I'm hoping a car isn't going to come out of the shopping plaza driveway and get up to the white line, because if it gets up to the white line, I'm not going to be able to make the turn. I got a 48-foot trailer. The wheels wouldn't slide on that trailer. They were all the way to the back, and it's going to be a difficult turn. So I'm sitting at the light. Here comes a car, big giant 4-door sedan, you know, like those old style Cadillacs. And she's over the white line. So I'm like, I get the green light, I start making my turn. I put my trailer right at the corner of her car, and I can't go anywhere, and I'm just sitting there for 10 seconds. She got nobody behind her. She could back up, but she's just sitting there. I'm very patient. I wait another 5 seconds. Finally, I roll my window down. I go, lady, you gotta move back. Move back. She's just sitting there. I'm gonna move back. Move back. Just puts it in reverse. She backs up about 5 feet, puts it in drive, and drives into the side of my trailer, wedging the left front window post under my trailer. So her hood was under my trailer. So I get out of the truck, police come, she doesn't speak English, 4 women and the 4 old ladies in the car. The only thing I could understand them saying was that I hit them, that I ran into them. I don't know whatever happened with that situation. I know I didn't get a ticket. And the policeman had to get in her car and back her car out, and I just continued on my day. But man, different times. Different times. The ritual was the same for 5 years. Same ritual every week. On my end, anyways. To 1985, same ritual. You know, I try to think about what it must have been like for my father going from a local Teamster job, which was a demanding schedule. I mean, he was leaving the house 5:30 in the morning and getting home 7-8 o'clock at night, 5 days a week. Driving, you know, old junk, you know, white 9000, which, you know, I love, but I mean, it's just bare bones trucking. So, physically demanding, long hours, you know, exhausting. Go from that to an over-the-road trucker, you know, driving a cab over and driving, you know, over the road, never sleeping in a truck before. It must have been a hard transition. and driving at night, driving out of state, fueling at truck stops, sleeping in your truck, bad weather conditions, mountains. It must have been difficult for him. I'm assuming he never complained about it, but I was also 10, you know. And it was the same ritual every week for about 5 years. Dad would leave Sunday. The truck would be parked in front of the house. Dad would leave Sunday morning. First it was a GMC Astro, an old Weymouth Art Leather truck. I don't know who Weymouth Art Leather was. They were out of Weymouth, Mass. Never heard of them, but you can see the lettering on the door. You know, he'd leave out in his old GMC Astro with the Detroit under the hood, that screaming Detroit, and the 2 stacks and the visor, and it was nothing fancy. And he'd leave out the house like at 5:30 in the morning. Bobtail, usually to Clinton, Massachusetts, or Mansfield, to the Zayre's warehouse. There are 2 of them. Pick up a trailer and just drive all day and deliver in Ohio the next morning. So back in those days, you weren't driving very fast. You were hitting every bump, feeling it. Running across 90 and 84 out to Scranton and up and down those hills with those, you know, weak trucks. Man, making his deliveries all day on Monday and picking up Monday afternoon or Tuesday and be back here for Wednesday and turn around and be out there for Thursday and get back here usually Saturday morning, you know, and go back out on Sunday. That went on for 5 years. That's a hard way to make a living, and you didn't make a lot of money back then. I mean, he was probably making $600 a week, $700 a week, I think. This is like, you know, mid 80s, like 84, 85. I think I overheard him tell my mother he was making like $650 a week. So, but you know what? We never struggled for money back in those days. Always seemed to be okay, you know. My mother was a part-time Sunday school teacher. She didn't make any money. So, I mean, you know, trucking fed our family. It's a lot different these days. Trucking doesn't feed many people. But some families survive. But, you know, the families where there's, you know, one earner, one house, one income, and the truck drivers, they're not flourishing, they're surviving. You know, those truck drivers work hard and harder and miss out on a lot of stuff with kids growing up and, you know, family time, and it's gotta be tough. It's gotta be tough. I'm thankful. I always thought that would be my life. I thought I'd just be an over-the-road trucker my whole life, which is what I wanted to be. And, you know, I'd marry a shipping clerk or a dancing girl, or, you know, those are the only kind of girls I was ever exposed to when I was over the road. It wasn't a glamorous life, but I got lucky and met my wife, and we do have 2 incomes, and she does well, and she's not a stripper or a shipping clerk, which would have been fine. Nothing against that, but it's crazy how things turned out for me. But, you know, trucking's an honest living, but you got to earn every penny, whether it's hourly or whether it's mileage. You earn every bit of it. There ain't no free rides in trucking, that's for sure. That should be the title of this video. free rides. My dad used to say that. You're gonna clean the windows, you're gonna sweep the floors, you're gonna make the bed. You know, he'd come home on Saturday and he'd bring his pillow in the house. He had one pillow, one for the truck and the same pillow for home. He had this big, giant pillow made of feathers, but it was hard. And his mother made it for him back in the old country in Israel. And he brought that with him on the boat from Israel to America when he came here when he was 13. And that was his pillow forever. And he'd bring his pillow in, and he had a duffel bag, string bag for his dirty laundry. He'd bring in his briefcase, which his CB radio was mounted on top of the briefcase with a speaker. That would come in the house, and then I would go in the truck, strip the bed, remake the bed. But you know, that's a lot of exercise. You know, if you never made the bed of a cab over, you have no idea what kind of stretches and poses you got to get into to do that. Especially if you're a kid. You know, lifting the corner of the mattress on the far end, tucking it in, then the other side, lift it. Oh, what? Oh, I found some Playboys under the mattress. Shh, don't tell anybody. Oh, this week's Penthouse. Oh my God. No wonder I was in that truck so long. Make the bed. Good morning, Dickie. How we doing, buddy?
Oh, pretty good. How about yourself?
We're doing good, man. Can't beat today.
I know. How's the big road?
It's not too bad going south.
You?
Yeah, we'll see you. Sweep the floor with the whisk brush, same kind of brush I got now. Clean the windows. Dad was a smoker back then. He smoked cigars, so like a little bit of a mess there. And clean. I would wipe down the whole truck. Didn't wash the outside of the truck back then. Didn't start washing the outside of the trucks really till he bought his own truck. Yeah, there were no truck. We weren't involved with truck washes back then. It's just funny. Like I don't think my dad ever went to a truck wash. I know his boss would never pay for one. And yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, that's how life was back in those days. And then in '85, working for the same company, his boss got a dedicated run for Plymouth Rock. And my father was running Brooklyn, New York, and Jersey City every night. Get out of the over-the-road truck into a single axle white road, boss. Which is like going full circle because, you know, the first 10 years of his career he was driving white 9000s. Maybe 15 years. Now he's in a white road, boss. An old Quinn motor freight truck. It was painted white. And it was a night run. You know, it was LTL line haul. And once again, how did these guys do it? Those old junky trucks and all those freight companies. You know, they're running, you know, U-Model Max and Brockways and whites and well, you were fancy if you had one of those white GMCs. You know, that was a fancy over-the-road truck. What I can remember. Boy, those guys were rugged back then in those days. And Dad would, he'd get home about 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, right as we were leaving for school. And I don't know if he went right to bed. I don't know. Because really, if you run a night job, you're not supposed to go right to bed when you get home. If you do, you messed up. Because when you come home from your day job, like a day person gets home, let's say on average 5 o'clock, you don't go right to bed. You stay up for about 4 or 5 hours. So if you run a night shift and you're getting home at 6, 7 in the morning, you really should be staying up for about 4 or 5 hours before going to bed. That's what I think anyways. So he would sleep till about 5 o'clock. Now my mother was teaching and I was 85 to 87. I was 15, 16, and 17 years old. I would make the family dinner every night. So my father would have dinner when he woke up, and my mother would get home around 6. And so my parents would leave me instructions on how to make dinner. It was usually steak or beef stew or, you know, mashed potatoes and corn and chicken. I don't know how to cook really. If you were to say, hey, do you know how to cook? Like, no, not really. But they leave me instructions and I got it done. And my dad would get up around, you know, between 5 and I think he was out the door at 6:15. Drive down to the yard, which is only a couple miles away. Get the white road boss, bobtail. Usually to Seekonk, Mass, the Plymouth Rock. Sometimes he'd have to go up to Stoneham, Mass, which is, you know, it's another hour in the other direction. He's coming from Brockton, Mass. Hook up to a trailer and drive all night down to Brooklyn, New York, and he'd either drop and hook right there and come back to the same terminal he started in the morning, last night. Sometimes he'd have to go to Jersey City, take a trailer to Jersey City, grab another trailer, and come back. That was an extra 2 hours to the day, at least. And then come back over the George Washington Bridge. Man, and a single axle do that every night, 5 nights a week, sometimes 6 nights. 2 years. And then he decided to buy a truck, and he was gonna go on that run with his own truck, but that fell through, and that's a story for another day. But I got it easy, is what I'm saying. A lot of us got it easy these days compared to the truck drivers that came before. You know, I mean, the beginning of my career was very physical loading, physical unloading, long hours, long miles, not sleeping at all. But definitely made me a better driver. We got some badass trucks in here this morning. And Eric Vazella dumping back there. And we got this cool RD there, Scott. Check it out. Big cigar over there? Look at him. It's the boss. Short hood Peterbilt. What's that, a Vini? It is a Vini. Well, it's Friday, it's 3:30. Just drop my wagon. I'm gonna get this thing cleaned up for the truck show Sunday. Gonna move this loader first. All right, it is 4:30. Truck has been washed. Now I'm wiping it down, gonna dry it, do some detailing, juice the tires, clean the interior, and then we'll call it a week. Wait, the star of the show is walking through the camera. Here he comes, here he comes. The star of the show right there, Teddy Bonner.
Stop it.
See, that was worth it. Those people that wait till the end of the video, you never know what you're gonna find. What is behind door number 1? It's a Teddy. Now you're wondering, how come you never catch me greasing my trailer and my truck? Mine gets done every 3 weeks. That's my rule. Teddy's every week. Here's the question. Is there such thing as over greasing? I don't know. Mine's done every 3 weeks. I got it in my head. All right. Enough is enough. Peace and grease. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, please. Thanks. Bye.